how perfect that yolk on the inside.
Hi guys, it's Cheryl. Today I'm gonna review Uncle Roger review Nick DIGIOVANNI Ramen, who is a Masterchef Finalist. I'm so excited because I love Nick and I also love Uncle Roger. So let's see what will happen between them. Is there any sparkles?
So many niece and nephew asking Uncle Roger to review Nick DiGiovanni making ramen.
Ramen. I've been wanting to make this forever, but now is the time.
This guy Harvard graduate, Masterchef Finalist, and have the smoothest baby face out there.
I think this means that becoming a YouTuber make more money than graduate from Harvard.
Fuyo! Let's see how he do. Before we start, my nephew Nigel trying out new character on his podcast. He is Uncle Roger, long lost Italian cousin.
Zio Ruggiero.
Why?
Because people be up carbonara. No cream in carbonara, mamma mia.
Link in description. Give that clip a like. Maybe he will review bad BBC food carbonara video.
I like carbonara.
I know so many of you have asked for ramen for so long. So today, we're making tonkatsu ramen. Tonkatsu ramen.
He handsome. Uncle Roger wanna say something bad. I can see.
What he say? What he say?
So today, we're making tonkatsu ramen.
Tonkatsu. Nephew Nick, I think you mean tonkotsu. In Japanese, ton mean pork, kotsu mean bone. So tonkotsu ramen makes sense. It's pork bone ramen.
You watch Uncle Roger video and you learn Japanese.
But katsu mean cutlet. So tonkatsu mean fried piece of pork.
This actually solves my long-lasting problem because I cannot tell these two. Thank you, Uncle Roger.
That completely different thing. Say it properly. Tonkotsu. Tonkotsu.
Okay,
I've already started a
tonkotsu.
couple things. So for now, let's pop back to yesterday when I hadn't shaved yet and we'll go to an Asian market. So we've just pulled up to this.
This is him with stubble. Uncle Roger can grow better beard than you. Hiya.
Some unique and awesome ingredients here.
I like
The first thing
Asian
we're gonna grab
market.
is a bunch of pork bones and chicken bones for that really flavorful stock.
Pork bone, chicken bone, correct.
But actually, when I was in Australia, I found that if you go to supermarket to buy bones, it's cheaper than you buy it directly in the Asian market.
Nephew Nick, iron your shirt. Hiya.
You are so strict, Uncle Roger.
Harvard graduate, can't afford iron.
It is like negative 8 million degrees in here. I'm frigid.
Oh, you should join Team Auntie Helen. She frigid also.
Well, we got the pork belly, so let's get home and make some ramen.
He starts to spank.
There's nothing like a good Japanese eggplant. Gotta find a place to put this for the drive.
Ugh. Uncle Roger wish I didn't see that. Nephew Nick, apologize to the children. Hiya.
I'm gonna start making that amazing ramen broth. First,
I think Nick's video always have some color.
I'm gonna go in with all my chicken wings. Next, I'm gonna start taking these pork hocks that we got
Why use chicken wing? Chicken wing so expensive. Use chicken foot.
from the Asian grocery
Pork
store.
hock?
As you can see here, there is some meat on the outsides there, but you got a nice big chunk of bone in there, tons of flavor.
No. Pork hock, too much meat on there. You should be using pork bone, not pork hock. If you
I think pot boil much cheaper.
make tonkotsu broth with hock, you're gonna have too much meat falling off from broth. Make it dirty.
Once I've tossed in all those pork bones, I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah.
add my last bit of protein in there, which are duck wings.
Duck wing? Nobody use duck wing for tonkotsu.
I think he just randomly threw all the meat into the pot.
We use pork bone and maybe chicken bone, but I think Nephew Nick want to kill all the animal. Why
Yes.
don't you put elephant wing in there also?
I'm gonna cover all of this up with some nice cold and crisp water, then crank up the heat and bring this to a nice rolling boil.
Niece and nephew, screenshot this image and send to your vegan friend because this is vegan's worst nightmare.
I always see the subtitle and sometimes because it's auto thing, it's just so funny. You see, weekend.
They see that even dead animal have more company than them.
Once this has
like
come
this,
to a
I
rolling
like
boil, clear off some of the scum that begins to form on the top. Some people will tell you to rinse this all the way out, but
Why didn't he wash them?
I like to keep all the flavor that's still in there from the bone, so I don't like to rinse it out.
No, you have to rinse out. Otherwise, your broth gonna be so dirty. Hiya.
Yeah.
Look at your water. Look at your water. It's so pink already because there's so much scum in animal bone. It looks bad, but it also tastes weird. You need to soak water overnight, throw water away, clean the bone, and start over with fresh water.
Very authentic Asian style.
Hiya. Uncle Roger predict nephew Nick broth gonna be so dirty. Let's see if I correct.
You're right.
Now is when we let this go overnight for 12 hours. This is gonna
Okay,
do all the work.
12 hour, okay.
Next, we'll do our chashu pork belly. Now, this part you don't have to do overnight, but I'm gonna sous vide it to get it really soft and tender.
Ooh, his sweet pork belly. This nephew so fancy.
So I'm gonna let this go overnight as well.
Uncle Roger liked twice so much.
This pork has been very bad, so we have to tie it. First,
Ew, don't spank your dinner. Get room and spank your girlfriend. Leave the poor pork alone.
Did you mean that his girlfriend is a pig?
for our sous vide, the first thing we'll do is put this finely rolled up pork into a nice large bag. Add 4 cloves of garlic, a few hunks of ginger, green onion, soy sauce. Try to make
Ingredient not bad.
mirin.
Okay.
1/3 cup of this extremely pungent fish sauce.
Fish sauce a bit weird.
Sugar, about a half a cup or so. Then inside the bag, we're gonna massage the heck out of our meat.
His hand.
Stop it, hiya. Are you making cooking video or auditioning for Bang Bros? I feel bad for this guy girlfriend now. I think he will do to girlfriend what he do to pork belly. Spank her, tie her up, and dip her in fish sauce.
Oh my god.
That actually sounds quite nice. Sorry, children.
Now we're gonna roll this up extremely
Okay,
tight.
but at least he marinate the meat, so not like Jamie Oliver, white pork belly.
And cook this overnight for about
I don't know why I always afraid of the back broken.
12 to 15 hours. Okay, it's the next morning. I was tending to that ramen broth throughout the night.
Oh really? I thought you would be spanking someone.
We blew the fuse 3 times last night. So let's start with our soft-boiled eggs. Now that our water's boiling, we're ready to add those eggs. But first, we're gonna add about a tablespoon or 2 of vinegar, which is actually gonna prevent running of the whites if any of these eggs.
Running off the whites, that what Uncle Roger called every marathon hour.
I'll drop in my 6 eggs, place on the lid, but we're gonna do it for
That's
6
so-
minutes and 9 seconds, which I promise you, it sounds silly, but it's the perfect time for a soft-boiled egg.
It sounds silly.
6 minutes 9 seconds. Hiya, another dirty joke by this guy.
my
I
God.
can't believe this guy video dirtier than my Nigella Lawson video.
Your video is getting dirtier and dirtier, Uncle Roger.
Here I have a really cold ice bath.
Good technique.
Straight into the ice bath to halt their cooking.
Fancy.
For our ramen egg marinade, we'll combine 3/4 cup of mirin, 1/4 cup soy sauce, dark soy sauce. If you can't find dark soy sauce,
Ingredient all correct.
now it's time to peel our eggs. But I just wanted to show you guys first how perfect that yolk on the inside.
Ah.
I told you, it's amazing.
Uncle Roger feel like I need shower after watching this video.
Drop them right in that soy bath. I'll cover these with plastic wrap and allow them to soak for several hours.
Niece and nephew, you see this? If you use plastic wrap like this, the top of egg won't be marinated because it's touching plastic,
Oh, so many details.
not the liquid. It will have one white spot on it. Pro tip, use paper towel, like how Way of Ramen channel do with egg.
Our eggs are all set. Next, we're gonna make our tare. It's a really
He making tare. This already better than Jamie and Nigella ramen.
At least he's a master chef.
Tare is the soul of ramen. It's the flavoring for the broth.
First, we're gonna start with our dashi. Add about 3.5 to 4 cups of water, 3 sheets of kombu, and really let this heat up, but we don't wanna boil it. We're actually looking to get
Correct.
around 100.
Don't boil kombu.
Basically, dashi is this umami-packed Japanese soup stock. It's used in so many different things, and this is how we're
I like this pot.
gonna build the foundation.
This guy really loves shot of his hand. So many close up of his hand. Is he hand model of something? Imagine if Uncle Roger make cooking video and all you see is
cup of bonito flakes,
Okay.
dried shiitake mushrooms. I'll turn off the heat and set it aside.
I don't know why I think that is so funny.
Once that incredible dashi is done, we'll strain it into a nice large.
Oh, pour too fast. Some liquid fell out.
Yes.
Don't waste food.
But now, keeping about 2 cups of our dashi, we'll create our tare by adding 1 cup of soy sauce.
Oh, good.
1 cup
This
of
tare
vinegar,
look like it
1/2
got so
cup
much
of sake,
umami.
2
So no
tablespoons
need
vinegar,
MSG.
6 cloves of garlic, and then
I think he added too much sake because I feel like I would get drunk.
about 2 tablespoons of black peppercorns. Now we're gonna let
Okay,
our
tare,
sit
not
just
bad.
like the- Now for our ramen. Please do not use dry instant ramen noodles. This is an absolute no-go.
Correct. Don't use packet instant ramen. And also, don't use soba like Jamie Oliver. But Uncle Roger don't recommend niece and nephew make ramen at home. Tonkotsu ramen noodle. Very hard to get right at home. Just buy from store.
Yes, yes. I tried to make it, but too hard.
Support your local Japanese store.
Ramen noodles are very different in that they need to be alkylinated. That's
Correct.
basically just a fancy way of saying that we put baking soda in the dough. But another
Small correction. Baking soda is sodium bicarbonate. But ramen, you need sodium carbonate.
I hate chemistry.
Uncle Roger, so chemistry.
switch on that spaghetti head, and then you're ready to roll.
This chef always have everything, every tool in their home.
I have to say, it looked pretty good.
These look absolutely fantastic. Hit it with a nice spray of bread flour, just so nothing sticks. Now, our ramen is ready to be cooked. Right here is our 20...
What?
I like this
What?
sound.
That is disgusting. Why this ramen broth look like this?
Yeah.
This look like roadkill. Tonkotsu broth not supposed to look like dirt water. Hiya.
Yeah, I think this is too much.
This is what it's supposed to look like. If your ramen broth look like mud, you fucked up. Uncle Roger, right? I predicted earlier his ramen broth gonna be so dirty. He didn't wash his bone, he didn't throw out water, and his bone have too much meat on there. This broth as dirty as nephew Nick brain.
Gotta find a place to put this.
I want to add some salt. Da, 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 da.
It's for the dry.
This pork has been very bad. 6 minutes and 9 seconds.
This broth messier than Auntie Helen and my divorce.
We're gonna strain
What?
off all
What did he
this broth
say?
to make it nice and smooth.
Even if you strain, you can't strain out the brown color.
Next we have our chashu, which is
I think Nick is making some soy sauce.
our Japanese pork belly. What you're looking at here is pork belly that's cooked the entire night, but I just can't help it. I have to spank it. Lastly though,
Why?
I do want you to look at the meat on the sides there. Soft, perfectly tender pulled pork.
But I think this pork looks nice. I want to have a try.
Pork belly, it's been a pleasure getting to know you
Stop!
these last 24 hours.
Stop
but now
touching!
it's time to cut
No,
it.
no, 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 don't cut pork belly when it hot. Hiya. It's not solid enough. You have to take pork belly out, chill it overnight, and then cut it when it colder. First you spank pork belly and then you cut it when it warm. What have pork belly done to deserve this? I have to put my leg down from chair again. It's gonna go all over the place.
So let's get a couple of nice slices, just right
Yeah.
here.
See?
You know, it's funny. It's almost so soft and tender that I can't really get any slices, but give it...
What I tell you? What I tell you?
So that's good enough for me.
This is really like an uncle giving some advice to a nephew.
Once I've pulled off the pork belly's thong, I can get a few more good
See,
slices.
if you
But again,
chop like this,
inside, too tender to do what we're looking for.
you just making pulled pork now. This not char siu.
Now it's time to finally
Yes, I think it looks like some braised pork.
open up those soft-boiled eggs. First, let's cross our fingers that we got that color from those eggs. Just to
Yeah.
show you a little spot on the top of
Okay, his hand makes me feel strange.
the egg that was not submerged.
See? Uncle Roger predicted this also.
We're gonna cut through that egg. Very
You are
clean
smart.
and keeping all that yolk inside.
Texture
As you
good,
can see, the
texture
outside of
very
the
good.
egg have clearly gotten some of that soy.
Maybe you can submerge a bit more time because you see it brown on outside, white on inside, just like Auntie Hersha.
And boy, oh boy, aren't those yolks incredible. Just look at how soft and amazing it is. Now we've reached the final shot where we assemble. I know this is the moment you've all been waiting for, so let's get
His hand again.
After mixing it around a little bit, I'll place in a nice spoonful or two of my Thai. That's gonna
Curry go in.
Then comes my actual broth. The whole top layer
His dirty broth.
so it's amazing to finally be able to put it into the bowl. Where are the actual ramen noodles? Those should be placed into this hot broth immediately when they finish. So into this pot, those should be placed into this hot broth immediately.
You say it should be placed immediately, but then you haven't even prepared ramen to go in. Does the word immediately mean something different to you? You should cook the ramen beforehand and everything go in at the same time. Don't cook ramen after you start plating. Because when you're cooking ramen, the broth gonna get cold high.
And once it's boiling over very high
Yes, so true.
heat, I'll toss in our ramen. And then for just a minute and 30 seconds or so, we'll let this cook. Admire how amazing my
Look a bit soft.
after 1 or 2 shakes, put it directly into my ramen
Uncle Roger's so strict.
broth. And now we're ready for that final plating. So in go our enoki
That's so
mushrooms.
that's so much enoki. It feels like you having enoki with side of ramen.
Then we'll go
I
right in the
agree.
middle with those
But why he even put enoki into it? I don't think ramen need that.
gorgeous eggs. Then we have our beautiful pork. Then a nice generous handful of green
This pork looks a little bit different from the normal.
onions. And last but not least, some nori that I've actually gotten straight
Nori weird shape.
there is one of the
Yeah.
most gorgeous ramen bowls I've ever seen. Now, before we eat this, I want to paint the pork in a little bit more fat. And then
Okay,
just give it a
that's
little torch,
fancy.
some color
Torching.
and flavor.
Hiya, but torching good, but don't torch your pork next to the egg. You're gonna cook the egg by accident.
Yeah.
Torch it elsewhere. Your house so big, go find some other room to torch your pork.
Now our ramen is ready to
Why
eat. I
it's burned?
do want to say that this is one of the most beautiful bowls of ramen I've ever seen.
Okay, this ramen better than Nigella and Jamie ramen because he actually make tare. But nephew Nick, tonkotsu supposed to be white, creamy, and sexy. Not like brown water. That's the biggest mistake he made. But Uncle Roger like how much effort he put in. He making noodle from scratch. That's not easy. Out of 5 components of ramen, I think he have at least 4.
I will take notes of this.
He forgot to make aroma oil. Nephew Nick, next time clean your pork bone. Don't cut pork belly when it's hot. And no more spanking in cooking video.
He won't stop, believe me.
Uncle Roger's so glad I back wearing my orange polo. Not tank top, because niece and nephew get so thirsty. Maybe next video, Uncle Roger will read all the thirst comments left by niece and nephew. Let me know if I should do it. Comment down below. This guy,
That's fun.
Harvard graduate, Masterchef Finalist, and have smoothest baby face in whole... A room and spank girlfriend instead. Leave pork alone. Pork didn't do shit. Sorry, Nick's girlfriend. Are you making cooking video or auditioning for bangles?
Does he have a girlfriend?
Running off the whites. That's what I call every Black Friday sale. Nephew Nick, next time clean your bone. I don't know. That sounds dirty.
What?
Not like that. Uncle
What?
Roger don't mean dirty like that.
What?
Niece and nephew, remember to go watch Nephew Nigel podcast
Okay,
clip
okay.
about Italian Uncle Roger. Go, click on that. Click on that.
Okay. Thank you for watching, and I'm gonna to order a takeaway ramen because I get hungry after watching the video. And also don't forget to give me a like or subscribe if you want. Leave any comments here. See you. Bye.